guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katarina and this is my channel of everything cozy, bookish, and life related. So I kind of woke up on the more chaotic side of life today. I'm feeling a little bit spicy and I decided not make my life a little bit more embarrassing, exhausting, frustrating, and show you guys and bring you guys along with me and show you guys how many unread books are actually on my physical shelves. I thought, why not bring you guys along with me as I literally pull down all of my unread books from my shelves. This is going to create a mess. I don't like messes, but I'm excited, I'm nervous, and I'm about to literally reveal myself. We're going to start off at the top here where we're already actually starting off quite strong. I have read most of Sarah J. Maas's books, and so the Throne of Glass series I have definitely read. I have An Ember in the Ashes. I have read that, however I have not read the second, third, or fourth book, but I only own the second and third book here. So we have A Torch Against the Night by Sabata here, and then A Reaper at the Gates as well. So I haven't read both of these yet. Yes, the covers are different. Yes, it frustrates me. So yep, that is the top shelf. Only 2 books. Then we have our next bookshelves right here. So this is pretty much the start of all of my young adult fantasy. So I'm going to take this lovely thing out. And then, so have read Stalking Jack the Ripper, have started Kingdom of the Wicked. I have not read Kingdom of the Cursed, nor have I read Kingdom of the Feared. Then we have Belladonna, which I've read. Have not read Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard yet. I have read We Hunt the Flame, and I've read Shadow of the Fox. However, I have not read the other 2 books in the trilogy, which are Soul of the Sword or Night of the Dragon by Julie Kagawa. Another series that I really want to finish. I have a feeling we're going to end up going through a lot of books, and I'm going to say, haven't finished this trilogy or duology yet. I have Daughter of Sparta, which I have read, but I have not read the sequel to it, and the 3rd book comes out this September, and that is Blood of Troy. Alright, so moving on to the next shelf. So, feeling still fairly good, still not a lot of books that are on my unread TBR list, but we're going to continue. So the next one is we have all these stacks, piles of books. Once again, all these are YA fantasy. So the first one here, already have not read it. It's The Children of Ragnarok. This book was sent to me when it was released. Still haven't read it yet. It's right here. We'll get to it. Then we have These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. Not read. Dreams That Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. Once again, sent to me when it was released. Have not read it yet. I have not read Namesake by Adrienne Young, nor have I read The Girl the Sea Gave Back by Adrienne Young. Have read 1,000 Steps Into Night. Have not read, this is gonna get sticky. Have not read Set Fire to the Gods by Sarah Rosh and Kristen Simmons. This was one that when it was released, it was on my most anticipated releases list. I think this was a 2019 release. Obviously, haven't gotten around to reading it yet. So starting off right away, not reading, which this one I'm actually excited to read now. So we have 6 Crimson Cranes and The Dragon's Promise. So this one, this UK cover, I just got this in the mail, so I'm not going to feel bad about it being unread yet. But I have been looking for this UK cover for a very, very long time. Everyone's selling it for $100, $200, $300. Got these pretty covers. But anyways, still, they're unread. That's the point. Started The Prison Healer, so we have The Prison Healer here. Have the second book to the trilogy, Gilded Cage. Have not read it yet. Dance of Thieves, weirdly enough. Loved The Remnant Chronicles. Never got around to Dance of Thieves. And I'm told that Dance of Thieves is better than The Remnant Chronicles. Then we have This Vicious Grace by Emily Theed, I think. It's a beautiful cover. Haven't read it yet. So we have Lucha of the Night by Teloque Mejia, and obviously haven't read it yet. Then we have The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. Haven't read it yet. Was another anticipated release of mine. I think this released in 2019. Then the final book on the shelf that I have not read is The One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Heard so many things about this book. I definitely want to get to it. This shelf, I've actually read most of the books on it because these are starting to become some of my older trilogies that I own. I have not read The Lies of Ajungo by Moses Ose Utomi. Very short book, very small book. Then we have The Midnight Strike, another book, have not read. Books here, so we have The Bone Spindle and The Severed Thread by Leslie Vedder. Have not read these yet, don't know what they're about. Then we have Waking Fire by Jean Louise, and have not read this one. Heard it's good. Then we have The Spice Road by Maya Ibrahim, and then the final book on the shelf that I haven't read is The Bone Weaver, not Spindler, The Bone Weaver by Aidan Poldoris. Alright guys, starting off once again at the very top of the shelf. Then we have here a book that I got in Norway when I lived in Norway, and that is Stolen Songbird by Danielle L. Jensen. Haven't read it yet, even though it still sounds good to me. It has trolls involved. I have Kill the Queen by Jennifer Estep. Haven't read this one yet. Completely forgot what the synopsis is about. Then we have the From Blood and Ash series, right up to the third book. Will not be continuing it. We have this arc here that I still want to read, and it's called In the Shadow of Lightning by Brian McLennan. Still haven't gotten around to reading it. Then we got some middle grade right here. So we have Theotan and the Fox Spirit by Jessie Q. Sutanto, and still want to read it. Another middle grade here, we have The Rings of Solomon by Aidan Polidorus. Once again, haven't read it. We have a very popular TikTok slash just book in general here, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. Usually tend to read more fantasy, but this one sounded really good. It's about video games. Still haven't gotten around to actually reading it. Then the final two books that we have here are spooky reads that I do plan on getting to, but not until this fall. We have The Pledge by Cale Dietrich, and then we have Vignata by Leopoldo Gut. Alright, so moving on to one of my most favorite shelves on my bookshelf, my adult fantasy shelves. So the first three already haven't read. So we have Nevernight, we have God's Grave, and we have Dark Dawn. There we go. And we have Dark Dawn, all by J. Kristoff. Have read Empire of the Vampire, have read the first book to the Poppy War trilogy, but have not read the last two. So I haven't read Dragon Republic, nor have I read The Burning God. Also, have not read Babel by R.F. Kuang. Then we have Fourth Wing. Never got to it in the month of July like I wanted to, but that's okay. The next two that I haven't read is The Black Sun and The Fevered Star by Rebecca Roanhorse. You would think we would stop there, but we haven't. So Ninth House is one that I will talk about. Ninth House I have DNF'd 4 times, but I'm still adamant to read it. And then finally, to pretty much take almost every single book off the shelf, we have The Art of Prophecy by Wesley Chu. Alright, so moving on to the next shelf here. We have actually read quite a few books off of this shelf, but what we haven't read is The Crane Husband by Kelly Barnhill. Another book that was gifted to me and was an anticipated release of last year, A Strange and Stubborn Endurance by Fox Meadows. Hoping to get around to it soon, but that is to be foreseen. Believe it or not, I have read A Darker Shade of Magic. I've also read the Others series, and then we get over to my small collection of Brandon Sanderson. So, have not yet read Warbreaker. Not read. Well, actually, that's a lie. I started, as you can see, The Well of Ascension at the end of last year, haven't continued it, need to continue it, and then obviously I haven't read the third book, A Hero of Ages. Alright guys, so moving right on to the next shelf here, we have quite a few books that I haven't finished that I'm already seeing. Starting off right away, we have The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. Went book shopping with my mother. My birthday is coming up, so by the time this video comes up, I have a feeling my birthday has either passed or is about to happen. Don't know which one yet. But anyways, ended up buying this, Witch King by Martha Wells. This next book is one that was in my haul from my reading 1 hour a day, and that's Dragonfall by L.R. Lam. Another book that I really want to get to. Moving right along, I'm pulling off the next book off my shelf. We have The Foxglove King by Hannah Whitten. I really want to get to this at some point. Moving to the next 2 books. Now the next one, this one, I'm actually halfway through, but I didn't DNF it, I just put it to the side but I need to continue it, and that's The Daughter of the Moon Goddess. And then we have also Heart of the Sun Warrior. Another book that I started and didn't finish, not because I didn't want to, but because just life and I wasn't in the mood, was She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. He Who Drowned the World is coming out very soon, and I need to finish this. Then we have Deep as the Sky, Red as the Sea by Rita Chan Epig. Have not read it yet. Planned. Then we have more SJM, as you can see here. I have read The Crescent City, but I need to move it. And I've obviously read ACOTAR. But what I have not read yet is House of Sky and Breath. Now, the reason why I have not read it was I am not a fan of Crescent City. But I heard everyone told me that the second book is better and that it gets better. Alright, so feeling very good about this shelf already. The only ones that I haven't read from this shelf are To Shape a Dragon's Breath by Monique Blackgoose. Have not read Wind Daughter by Joanna Ruth Meyer. And then the final book on this shelf that I have not read is A Restless Truth by Freya Marsh. But the rest I have all read. Alright guys, so finally away from all of my fantasy books, now we're more into my mythology and my classics. Not feeling as confident about this shelf. So starting off right away, we have Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I've not read The Witch Heart by Genevieve Kornichek. Moving right along here, we have Lies We Sing to the Sea by Sarah Underwood, another Greek mythology retelling, and have not read it yet. This is one that I also just picked up, Psyche and Eros by Luna McNamara. Here's another book I have not read yet, Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. Love Natalie Haynes. Started this book as you can see it, but once again, wasn't feeling it, so I put it aside for a while. Then we have another Greek mythology telling. Can you tell that I have an obsession with Greek mythology? This is by Jennifer Saint. It's Electra. Want to get around to it, haven't, please. Have an obsession, like I said, with Greek mythology. So here is Euripides, Medea, and other plays. And we have Ovid's Metamorphosis. Absolutely am love. So as you can see, I am over halfway through. This is a book that I kind of pick up whenever, but it still needs to be finished. Everything in here, other than those ones, have been read. I have an obsession with literature, especially classics, and yeah. So the next two bookshelves are all of my LGBT and any books that has LGBT or queer representation, and it's also in a slightly rainbowed pattern. We have The Long Run by James Aker. Haven't read it yet. The Civil War of Amos Abernathy. Once again, it's a book I want to read. Haven't gotten around to it. We have Nate Plus One by Kevin Van Wy. Once again, lighthearted, cute read, easy read, very fast, but for some reason I haven't gotten to it. Things we have out now, it's a queer, it says Queer We Go Again. This is an LGBT anthology is I think what it's considered. It's written by many authors, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Moving over this way, we have My Dear Henry. This is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde retelling. Another anticipated release of mine that I bought when it came out but never got to, and that's The Sun Bear Trial. It's by Aiden Thomas. Shoving myself into this corner over here. Moving on to the next shelf here, we have right away, this is another queer anthology. It is all out. It's queer teens throughout the ages. We have Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. Once again, got it when it released because it sounded really interesting. Haven't read it. A Dark and Hollow Places by Ashley Shuttleworth. I have not read this one. This was an anticipated release of mine when it came out. As we can see, didn't read it. We have A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. Another book that was gifted to me was Not Good for Maidens, and this one's by Torre Biolino. Another book that I really want to get to. Obviously we have Heartstopper here, which I've all read because I'm obsessed with Heartstopper. Then we have volumes 1 through 3 of Heaven's Official Blessing. Have not read them yet. I want to read them so badly, but I'm also intimidated. I mean, there's going to be fully 8 volumes of this series. So everything from here on out is all of my manga, and I own a lot, and I have a lot unread. The first here we have the Fruits Basket series. I've read 1 through 6. Have not read volumes 7 through 12. Then we have Sign of Affection. I have read those, and they're beautiful. Then we have my lovely Demon Prince of Momoki House. So I've read volumes 1 through 12. So I have not read 12 through 16. Alright, so another full shelf of manga here. Feeling good about this because I did finish Kami-sama. So we have The King's Beast right here, and I have read all the way up to volume 5. I have not read volumes 6 through 9 of The King's Beast. Then we have The Spy Family. I have read volumes 1 through 8. The only one I have not read is volume 9. I've been waiting for volume 10 to come out. Alright guys, and then we finally have this last main shelf. What's nice about it is there's very few books that are on the shelf that I have not read. The first one here that hasn't been read yet is the Dragon's Betrothed by Meguro Hinohara. I have also not read the Scum Masters or the Scum Villains Self-Saving System. Haven't read this one yet, nor have I read the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. I have also not read Seaside Stranger Volume 3. I really want to get to this anime. Haven't yet. These are more books that are either unread or partially read. So right away we have a advanced reader copy that was sent to me for Starbringer by Tracy Wolff and Nina Croft. We have The Liar's Crown by Abigail Owen. Once again, haven't read it. It was sent to me. Need to get to it. Another unread, we have Defy the Night by Bridget Kremer. And then finally we have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Alright guys, so here are all of my unread books. You can't see them all. They're all in a pile around me, but I've taken almost every single unread book that I own off of my actual physical bookshelves. As you can see, my bookshelves are feeling a little barren. I have 110 unread books on my physical TBR. I don't know how to feel about that. I have a problem. That's what it tells me, is I have a serious addiction to getting and buying and collecting books. Is it gonna ever stop? Probably not, but here's the thing. I physically own 530 books, and of that, 110 is unread. So I have over half of the books read. Does that make me feel better? I don't know. And most of these I actually want to read. Now, I do at the end of every year look through my TBR and look through my physical books and be like, okay, are these books I'm actually going to read? Am I actually going to pick these up? And if the answer is no, they tend to go into a pile of I'm going to donate these books. Here's the thing. This video is going up, or this video is being recorded before my birthday. And every year for my birthday, I ask for money specifically for books. And so this 110 could potentially be going up just a little bit because of that. My goal though for the rest of this year is to get those triple digits down. It would be nice to be sitting under 100 books. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely leave a like on this video. Make sure to leave your comments below. Is there any book in this physical TBR stack that you saw that you're like, Kat, you really need to read this? Or if there's any books on your physical TBR, how many books do you have on your TBR? If you're wanting to tell me, leave that in the comments below. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
No, I'm not